You good, you good. All right. We in here. This is MicCheckM.I.A. This your host, Conrad. London B is on vacation. She'll be back soon. My boy Lone always lurking in the background.
Yo.
Yeah, man. And we have a special guest today on Mic Check Sports, man. And that is JaQuez Motley, professional basketball player, owner of Gold Elite Men's Basketball League, and former local basketball star here in Hinesville, Ludwig, Georgia, things of that nature. What's going on, homie?
What's going on, man?
What's going on with you, man? Been trying to get you on.
Yeah, man. Good to be here, man.
Yeah, man. I appreciate you coming, man. It's been a little scheduling, just going a little funny, but you know, so we got it together. But what's going on with you, man?
Man, nothing, man. Same old, man. Basketball. You know, now that I'm home for a little minute, I'm training kids real heavy, so just trying to stay involved with the game around where I'm from, man. And, you know, pull off some of my knowledge to the younger generation, man. That's all it's about with me.
That's cool, man. That's cool, man. I'm glad to hear. We need the athletes to come back and do their part. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying, with the community and things of that nature. And you know what I'm saying, you were able to make it a business while you're off. You know what I'm saying, on your off season. That's real cool. You know what I'm saying. So let's just speak a little bit on, you know, growing up in the area and how you came about to be the man you are today, man.
Man, growing up in Hinesville, man, I mean, I'm biased, you know. I mean, everybody probably says the same thing about where they from, but Hinesville, man, it's just different energy.
Yeah.
Just different energy growing up in Hinesville, man. It kind of gives you a sense of, I gotta go hard, you know, I gotta do this, whatever it is you're doing it for, man. So I think Hinesville, for me, played a big part in my success, you know, in basketball. Because it's just everybody, man, got the same mentality, and it's just, it builds what we call, I mean, you know, you from here, man.
Yeah.
It builds that dog in you,
Dogs,
man. So,
man.
come on, man. Hinesville, people, they can't say nothing about Hinesville around me. I tell people all the time, where you from, Hinesville? Even people that, I mean, they know it now, but even when people didn't know, I was, man, on the forefront in Hinesville. You don't know what that's at? I'm gonna give you the whole rundown. I love Hinesville, man. Ain't no place like it, bro.
It ain't no place like it, man. I remember, you know, telling my homeboy South Boy, you know, he's a rapper. I don't know if you ever heard of him.
Oh, yeah, I know South.
Okay, I remember telling him one time when I used to do music, I was like, man, you know, Hinesville sit in the perfect spot. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
It's 16, I-10, 95. I said, boy, it's perfect.
Yeah.
He used to like that, man. He loved that, man. He loved that. But, you know, you grew up in Hinesville, you speak of the dogs. Now, everybody that I've ever talked to about basketball speak on that. From Jordan McRae to Freddie McSwain, you know, Derek Mitchell, you know, Davion, Uncle Derek.
Yeah.
You know, they all speak of the dogs in Hinesville, Georgia. So, growing up in Hinesville, when do you think that dog mentality starts?
That's a question that's hard, because for me, I don't know when it actually clicked on for me. Like, hey, it's just when you know it, you know it. So I mean, I just think it develops from battling, man. Like, the more you play against guys that's, you know, the same talent level as you, or older guys, and the more you have success against those guys, it kind of make you feel like, oh man, I could do this. And once you go from feeling like you can do it to knowing you can do it, that's kind of how that dog developed, man. I mean, me personally, everybody else probably got their own definition for it, but for me, that's how it was. Once I seen I could do it at a high level against the guys that I used to, you know, either look up to or want to be like, in a sense, man, I was like, hold on, man, it's a different mindset. So for me, I think that's where it developed from, just constant battles against people, man. And then once you, like I said, once you accomplish those, then that dog come. And once you got that dog, you take off from there.
Yeah, that's true, man. So when you was here, I know you played rec. You probably doing a bunch of battling in the rec All Stars and stuff like that. Who was the just to throw it out there, who was like the guy coaching in the rec that everybody wanted to play for?
Coaching in the rec, 9 and 10, it was a guy named Coach RT, man. That's all. I mean, Coach, if I can't, I don't remember his name, you know, fully, but we knew him as RT, man. Everybody wanted to play. We went to state with him in 9 and 10. You know what I'm saying? RT was one of the first coaches that made me feel like, okay, because at first, you know, as a kid, you just going out there playing.
Yeah.
He was the first coach that made me feel like, okay, if a good coach is around and make basketball more fun. So man, I gotta shout out Coach RT. Man. He was the first coach in the rec that made all of us want to be like, want to play for him. You know
oh man, well shout out to him, man.
Yeah.
I might know who you talking about, but there's so many people around that basketball. It's hard to really say. Yeah. But I heard that name before, RT. But I just don't know. I can't picture the face like that. So once you hit middle school, that's when you could say truly that's when the love was really in you, because the rec had already then kind of put it in you.
Yeah, I mean outside of Coach RT, man, you know, my uncle Jesse Fleming, everybody knows Jesse, man, the GOAT, man.
Yeah, you already know.
He seen me in the evaluation. I think it may have been 9 and 10 or 7 or 8, and he the one that kind of went to my mom and said, hey, if you allow me to, you know, start working with him, I think he can be a professional. So took me under his wing from there, man. So outside of the rec, you know, I got it. You know, Unc, man, he did a lot for me, man. Yes. Did a lot for people in general. So
shout out to Jesse.
Yeah, man, for sure.
Ray.
Yeah,
Jesse
man.
Ray.
Yes, sir.
That's my boy. Now, I remember being a young cat, man, coming up like y'all was coming up, and the standard. It was 2 standards of basketball in Hinesville. For the young kids that played for the middle school and the high school, you had to go to Northgate.
Okay.
You had to battle in Northgate. Like that was the proving ground. You had to go to Northgate. Northgate had like the worst basketball court. It'd be broken glass. This was the hood.
Okay,
broken glass, and I remember seeing syringes back there. Shout out to Keon and all them boys out there. Man, it was crazy. Even Larry stayed in Mission Ridge next door. So that was like from what I gathered, you had to go there and prove yourself.
Get your respect.
From the kids that was younger, and then you had to go to Newman and get better. So it was like that, and Jesse was like the first guy I seen win a basketball game. I seen a guy trying to dog him out defensively, and he won a basketball game passing. And I never told Jesse this though. But that was what made me want to become a point guard, because I seen that man. Well, I was already playing. I had just finished my 9th grade season, and my coach was telling me to venture in that direction, and I ain't really understand it. But I happened to be in the gym and watched him do that. Like he was like, "Oh, I ain't got to score," and he won the game passing. I was like, "Look at that."
That sound like that.
So yeah, shout out to Jesse Fleming, man. He's right to go, man. So you know, after that, I assume you played for his AAU program as well.
Yeah, man. Like I said, he caught me when I was young, so it was 3rd grade going into 4th grade. They didn't have an age group for me at the time, so I ended up playing up on the 8th grade team as a 4th grader.
Damn.
So a lot of people don't know, like now if you watch me play basketball, I cherish turnovers. I hate them with a passion. But that first year of 4th grade, I mean, of course, I only got in when we was either up 30 or down 30, because I was the youngest one. I would either cross somebody or get ripped every game that I got in. So as a 4th grader, at the end of that season, I told myself, hey man, don't let nobody take that ball from you no more. So just that experience alone kind of helped me throughout the rest of my career, because it made me feel like, man, I hate that feeling of somebody getting their hand on my basketball, man.
Yeah.
So that's why that year alone made me cherish turnovers, man. Like I appreciate that year so much. Like most people be like, man, well, you ain't play that much, or you ain't, when you got in, you ain't do, man. They don't even understand. That year alone made me, being a professional, you have to take care of the basketball. I mean, you don't gotta be the most flashy. You don't gotta.
No, go ahead. Thought I cut mine joint off, but man, it's crazy.
I mean, a professional. A lot of people they think you gotta be the Kyrie Irvings. You gotta do, man. As long as you play ball the right way, you consistent, you efficient, and you don't turn that ball over, and you got a chance, man. So that year, that 4th grade year, helped me big time. It made me cherish turnovers, man.
Man, 4th grader playing with 8th graders, man, that's crazy. But you got that opportunity though. You got that opportunity to go out there, and you just went out there with them older guys and just, did what you did. That's cool. So, playing AAU, you grew up playing with the Kings?
The Kings, yep.
Grew up playing with the Kings all the way through high school.
I played with them most of my AAU career, and then 8th grade I started playing with both them and the Atlanta Celtics. So I was doing some traveling, and I want to say my 9th, maybe 10th grade year, I stopped playing with the Kings. I ended up getting a real bad injury, and when I came off of that, I was ranked at the time, so I just started playing with the Celtics. But for most of my career, I was with the Kings. Yeah.
Okay, so the Celtics got a little foundation down here. They mess with a couple of different guys. Okay. So, you know, how was that experience, like playing on, you know, the league teams, like basically league type travel teams?
Man, the Celtics was a good experience for me because I was going down there handling my business. You know, it would have been a different experience if I was going down there, you know, didn't do what I was supposed to do. But me and Jordan McCray, man, we was the only two from Hinesville at the time that was playing. He was playing on the older age group. And we was down there, man, showing out, putting Hinesville on. So it was a great experience for me because, I mean, the Kings, we went to all the same tournaments and stuff like that. The Kings is amazing, you know what I mean? But the Celtics was the one that had the bigger name, you know. So instead of going to, you know, Augusta to the big time tournament, you know, we was going to Vegas and stuff like that. So it was just a different experience, man. And I took full advantage of it, bro.
Yeah, that's cool, man. So it was always been Coach Outlaw out there, really, right? For the Celtics, Coach Outlaw. He run the Celtics, right?
I'm not sure, man. I know when I was out there, Coach Horace Naismith was my coach. And a guy named Julio, I can't remember his last name, but he was kind of running it, you know. So.
Oh, okay.
I mean, to my knowledge, I could be wrong. So I mean, but I know it was that's who I remember is Coach Horace and Julio.
Oh, okay. So, because it was something that went on. Like I guess they might have had a little split or something one time. I just didn't know when you was playing.
Yeah, that might have been either before me or after me. I'm not sure.
Okay, but that program is legendary in Georgia.
Oh yeah, man.
Legendary in Georgia. So I mean, you playing with them, high school ball and everything. What? All right. So let me ask you this: like, public school, private school. You started off at a private school or started off at the public school? You started off at public school?
I went to middle school at Snelson Golden, and I used to get in trouble a lot. So what happened was a big old thing happened, and they was trying to kick me out of school, this, that, and the third. So they wanted me to repeat the grade that I was in, and I was already ranked, man, and stuff like that. So I had to figure something out. I ended up going to private school in Savannah, Urban Christian, and from there, you know, I tried to come back, man, and go to public school. I wanted to go to Liberty. I did a whole summer camp with Liberty. That's when J Mac was Ryan Brown. That's when we would have had a good team, man.
Yeah.
You know? But they wanted me to repeat the same grade, and I'm like, man, So I'm like, I can't do that, man. So I was out of school for like 3 months, man, while school was going, trying to figure something out. I even thought about, like, man, I might need to reclass just to get in school. Yeah. But Coach Nobles, man, he called me. He called my mom. He called Jesse. He was like, hey, if he needs school, it's a school called Faith Baptist. Never heard of it at the time. I'm like, what is this? Like, private school. So I'm like, man, okay, I need to get in school. So that's how I ended up over there. But man, I tried to go to a public school, man. For sure, I wanted to go to school in Hinesville.
Yeah, because I know, like, when I talked to Jordan, the big thing, and Jordan Johnson as well, I forgot, I interviewed him as well. The big thing was, you know, what if?
Yeah, for sure.
What if we would all play together?
It would have been scary, man. That thing would have been scary, man. But I mean, just the era we was in, we were so competitive. We wanted to be the best all around. Like, I want to be the best over here. I want to be the best over here. When I see you in the gym, I want to be better than you, which ain't nothing wrong with it, because it made us all better in a sense. But man, if we would have all been like, bro, let's all go to Bradwell, let's all go to Liberty, man, I don't know how many championships we would have been. I ain't gonna say win, because, you know, I ain't trying to be like LeBron 7, 8, you know what I mean? But I think we would have had a chance to win a lot of state championships, bro. A lot of them.
Cause it was some pieces missing off of that. I most definitely feel like that Liberty team with Jordan and Ryan,
for sure,
was supposed to win one, and it was a few pieces that could have been a lot better on that team. You know what I'm saying? But I still felt like they should have went further than what they did. But looking at the talent that was surrounding at the time, man, y'all would have been some monsters, man. Like,
been a no-brainer would have been.
Yeah, man. Just imagine, like, Ryan at stretch 4.
Would have been scary.
Jordan at the 3. And y'all boys, primary ball handlers. And then I don't know what other tall athletes there was running around. Was Felder around at that time?
Oh yeah, DJ.
Okay, so
DJ.
you talking about somebody like DJ Felder?
Man, we would have been complete from top to bottom, man. It wouldn't have been no drop offs in the positions.
Yeah,
it would have been a real good team, man. So I be thinking about that as well, but man, it just was the times back then. We wasn't thinking like that. You know, everybody was. We was all still cool, but we was calling each other more. So like, what you do this game? 30? All right, cool, bet. Yeah, 30. When I go to my game, I got to do my thing. That's what we was on.
Yeah,
so
it's competitive.
Yeah, man, real competitive.
Yeah, but now that y'all are older, it's always been like a conversation or a thought.
Oh yeah.
What if we would have did something like that? What did Chew fall in there? He was younger than y'all. Chew was younger than y'all.
He a little younger than us. But he still would have been. He not young enough to where he wouldn't have been on that team. He would have been on the team with us.
Nice 6 man.
Yeah, we would all got together. He would have been on the team.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, I was wondering that. I knew he was back there, but I didn't quite know. So speaking on that, I know that y'all that made the Bradwell versus Liberty thing a real big thing. You never got a chance to participate in that.
Nope, and I wanted to, man. That's one of the things that I always look back on, like, man. Just going to watch the games, like, bro, I'll be over there sitting on the bench, like, you know, in the bleachers, like, man,
boy, I want to get out there, man.
Yeah, I miss that wave, man. I really want to be a part of it.
So what is the Legends of Liberty about? Is that?
That's something.
That's just for Liberty County athlete, Liberty.
I don't know,
athletes,
bro. I don't know. Because I'm actually not in the game, so I don't know if it's a Liberty and Bradwell thing. You know,
I heard it was just Liberty.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm not sure.
I don't know. I mean,
and athletes of all.
I don't know, man.
Different kind of athletes too.
I mean, I don't know. It could be that. I don't know, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't have. That's, you know, Jordan McCray getting that stuff, which is dope. It's really dope.
Yeah, it's dope.
Man, whether I'm in it or not, that's still a dope thing. Man. But I don't know how the setup is. You know what I'm saying?
But as a competitor, I feel you though. When you were going to those Bradwell versus Liberty, like, man, I tell you, that boy,
man,
him?
For sure, man. For sure.
He out there, man.
For sure, man. It was fun to watch, but at the same time, it was like, dang, man, I'm supposed to be out there on this court, man. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a beautiful thing, though, that they doing around here, though. I love it, man. And I like the camaraderie of all the athletes, like, trying to bring things back to where they, you know what I'm saying, develop their and home day skills and stuff like that. That's cool, man, to see. So you went to Coker University?
I ended up at Coker.
You ended up with Coker.
At first I went to Texas Southern.
Okay, that's right. You did go out of Texas.
I went there, and that was like a last minute thing, man, because I said back in middle school, you know, I used to get in a little bit of trouble. I was just a class clown, man. So my mouth used to get me in trouble. And then once the teacher say something, which, you know, I that's some stuff that you young, you got to go and stuff. So with that resulted in me, you know, you got to take the SAT, ACT stuff. Man, I made the same score like 3 times in a row. Yeah. Like to qualify for I was going to go to Clemson. And by the time I finally got it together, all the other schools had to, you know, of course, they had to move on, man. So
they couldn't wait.
Yeah, so Texas Southern gave me a call, and they was like, man, ain't nobody picked you up yet, man. Let us come check you out. So, man, they came down for my workout. I killed the workout, and they offered me an official visit. And I went down there, and John Lucas, man, he got like a top-notch camp out there.
He sure do.
Yeah, and I did the camp that morning, and the Houston Rockets scout, one of the scouts was actually in there. And it was NBA dudes. John Lucas III was in there. He was actually guarding me, and it was like a little spurt where I couldn't miss. So the dude came up to me, the scout. He asked me about Casey Mitchell, man. I told him, he asked where I was from. I said, you know, I'm from Hinesville, you know, about 45 minutes from Savannah. Yeah. He was like, man, look, you need to come here. We gonna be heavy on you. So that's what made me be like, oh man, this might be a blessing in disguise right here. But then I get there and my transcript from Urban messed me. I mean, a lot of people don't know this, man. So, you know, I couldn't play. They took my whole scholarship from me, man, and like to the point where I was just a regular student. Yeah. So I finally had to write, you know, to the compliance, and I was a partial qualifier. Couldn't go nowhere with them. Couldn't sit on the bench or nothing. So what would have been a blessing in disguise, you know, my transcript ended up, you know what I mean. So that's how I ended up leaving there after that year, because they was telling me like, look, you a partial qualifier, we're gonna recruit over your position. That's my first time being away from Hinesville. You know, I'm a mom's boy to the heart away from my mom. So in that moment to make a decision for myself. Well, I should have stuck it out. You know what I mean? Looking back at it.
Yeah.
But I was like, man, shoot, you know, because once they found out I couldn't play, man, they stopped treating me like an athlete. I asked for a basketball, you know, not to throw no shot on, just giving the story. You know, I asked for basketballs and stuff, man. And you ain't got homework, so I'm like, oh nah, man, I'm gone, man. I'm leaving, bro. I gotta go somewhere where the love at. So that's why I initially ended up leaving there. Yeah, man. I ended up going to East Georgia from there. Did 2 years there, and then I ended up at Coker.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so that's how the whole Coker thing came about, man.
So things were rounding out for you at the time, but it was like you was seeing the distance.
Yeah, man.
Being created.
Yeah.
It was like, dang, if I stay here, is that distance gonna stay?
Yeah, man. I mean, like I said, I everybody from Hinesville, you know, that done made it. When you in Hinesville, man, you know, you one of the best dudes, so you ain't really coming up against no adversity.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, everybody, to my knowledge, that I know that I done talked to, we all done left off and had to get hit with some adversity, man.
Oh, yeah.
Like my first semester, I struggled, bro. Like, I struggled with the pace of college, the terminology, just, you know, and talking basketball, man. So, and if you redshirted, you can stay home a little longer on the Christmas breaks, man. I came home, I told my mama straight, I was like, Mom, I ain't gonna lie, I don't know if I'm a basketball player. Because it was that hard. I was like, man, this is a different level. So it took me about the last week of being home to be like, man, I don't know what I'm talking about. They finna know me when I go back. So when I went back that second semester, that dog had reemerged in me, and I'm like, man, I'm gonna start locking in better on the plays, you know, the speed, all that. Once I got it together, man, it was up and running from there. But everybody that I know that came from Hinesville, man, they go off and that adversity hit you. Hey, everybody responded well though at the same time. That goes back to say, man, that's why I love Hinesville. Cause we gonna find a way, man.
Yeah, it's on Hinesville. I'm not gonna lie. You know, it's a small community, tight knit at times. But, you know, it can toughen you.
For sure.
It can toughen you because, I mean, it's a lot of people of different walks of life here, and it can toughen you. And it's a lot of kids that's into the athletics that you might bump into, and they're more advanced in this area, more advanced in that area, and it can. And some people just bullies, and but they can play and stuff like that, and they change you.
Man, I done been around the world pretty much, man. And I tell people all the time, man, if you can make your name in Hinesville against everybody that be coming through here, man, you can play anywhere in the world. You can play because it's been so much talent in Hinesville alone, man. When you go off, now your confidence is there, and you might say stuff like, man, I done played against so and so before, man. I ain't scared to do it, but that mean that's what it builds from here, man. And so I definitely think I tell people all the time, like I say, man, if you can make a name in Hinesville, man, you got a chance to play anywhere in the world, bro. Anywhere in the world.
I believe that. Do you think things would have been different if you would have went to a public school?
I don't know. I think I would have been in the Hinesville Hall of Fame if I'd have went to a public school here. Because, I mean, I think that's what they trying to give me, you know what I'm saying? Like, you played in Long County. Yeah. So, but, I mean, as far as my career...
But you're from here, though.
You know what I'm saying? I don't get it, but, hey, that's they... You know what I mean? But I do think things like that would have been different. But as far as, like, you know, my career... Because my career to become a pro... is not the traditional way. Like, I had to get it out the mud, man. Out the mud. Like, no agent. Had to teach myself how to create my highlight video, man. Self-network from here and here. So, I think it could have been different, but it's just hard to say, man. It's hard to say.
Yeah. So, when you went overseas, where all have you played, really, over there?
Played in Australia.
Okay.
I played in Qatar, Morocco, and I played in Oman.
Okay.
Yeah.
Australia, man. I hear that's like over there.
That's some good basketball over there, man.
Yeah.
That's some good basketball.
Yeah, I heard about that, man. I know Fred was trying to get to Australia. I know Jordan played over there.
Yeah.
But of course, that is the launch pad for the NBA now. Like, a lot of they sending them down to Australia.
Because I mean, it's that type of basketball over there. Like, when I first got over there, it was my rookie season. I was on a good team, a good veteran team, man. I think they only played me like maybe 15 minutes a game. And I was the import player. I was the best player on the team. But they just had some guys that had been playing together for so long. Like, it was like, well, look, we got to honor these guys type thing. But it was just that good of a team.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Australia is some good basketball, man. I definitely, I wanted to go back, but it's just once you get with no agent, once you leave Australia, it's hard to get back in contact with somebody from over there. So it just didn't work in my favor, man.
Yeah.
But that's some good basketball over there.
They
man.
talk about it so strongly. I would assume that it's the revolving door over there is probably like ridiculous.
Man,
you know what I'm saying? It's probably like. That's probably why it's so hard to get back, because it's like they just constantly bringing guys in, and then they got their own guys.
Yep. Exactly.
From all over Australia that's playing as well.
And then the thing, that's exactly right. Like, they be so good, man. The kids, like the youngest, like an 18-year-old, 19-year-old, if they say a team don't feel like giving you, I don't feel like paying you such and such, man. They'll take the 18 and 19-year-old and, hey, let's bring him up, man, and develop him. It's kind of the same situation as here, you know what I mean? If you get drafted or something, you 23, 24, and there's an 18-year-old in the same class that they think the upside is better, and they'll go ahead and take the younger guy. It's the same way over there, man. Same way, bro.
So that process don't change no matter what.
Not at all.
So when you was in Qatar, that's in like Saudi. What is that? Like Saudi
over there in that area.
Yeah. How was that experience? Like that was you played in two different leagues over there.
Well, I played for one team, but we played in Qatar. We played in Morocco, and then we finished it. We did our regular season in Oman. So I played for one team out there, but we did a lot of moving around.
Okay, I get you. So it's almost like y'all played in different. Not even gonna say different leagues, but like,
Yeah,
is that what it would be?
The Qatar, when we played in Qatar, it was like a tournament kind of. Like it was a tournament setup. So it was about 5 to 6 teams. So we just went out there, played against them. Morocco was the Arab Cup, which is like a big time tournament. So we went there and played in that. And then once we finished up there, which was like 2-3 months worth of playing, we went to Oman and started the regular season. So. I mean,
I bet them Arabs probably put down some betting
on
them games out there, man. And there's long money out there, so I know they probably doing some heavy betting, man, and probably some heavy losing that they don't mind losing.
Man, they don't mind. They got it, bro.
They don't mind losing. So I mean, you've been back. Are you working to get back, or are you just doing what you do right now?
See, that's the thing, man. With me, a lot of people ask me this question too. I'm still an active professional basketball player, but the thing that messed my career up the most was COVID. Because I was finna leave straight from Oman and go play in Europe, which is where everybody want to get to. You know, Europe that's like you get there, you know, that's one of the most respected places to go for an overseas ball player. COVID hit, man, and shut everything down. And the worst thing you want as an overseas player, I mean, I don't know too much. I'm sure NBA as well is a gap year. Once you get that gap year, man, it's hard to recover from it. So I still get offers, man, to this day. But I told myself, each spot I go to, it got to be, you know, I got to keep on climbing that ladder. You know what I'm saying? And taking that hit from that COVID year, only offers I've been getting, man, is stuff that I just can't. I can't see myself leaving. You know what I mean? My daughter, my family, you know, everything that I'm accustomed to, man. So I told myself, I mean, I got to bet on myself, you know, which is what I've been doing my whole career. It's like, hey, I ain't finna settle, man. I ain't finna settle not when I can stay home, man, and put my energy into these kids that's coming up.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like a 50-50 thing, man. I would love to go back over there to end on my own terms, but I can't do it at the expense of, man, hey, all right, well, I'll take that, you know what I mean? Because that's what I had teammates that do it, man. They go overseas and come back, and 2-3 months later, they looking for, you know what I'm saying, something to do. Like, that ain't it.
Yeah,
that ain't it. So,
I feel you on
yeah,
that.
man. So COVID kind of really put a big dent in my career, bro. So I mean, but there's nothing you can do about it. It caught everybody by surprise, man.
Shutting everything down,
man, for sure.
For about 2-3 years. Something like that. That's crazy. So with COVID hitting, you come home. What gave you the idea to create your own league? Because the goal to league. Yeah,
man. That's something that I had in my mind like for a while. You know, just brainstorming up top in my mind, man. But I was moving, I was in and out. So I couldn't really sit down and be like, all right, let me start this and then leave. You know what I mean? Go play. So. Once COVID hit, I had more time everybody had time to sit still, man. So I had time to sit still, take everything I had in my mind, write it down, you know, start seeing it, envisioning it, man, then I'm like, shoot, I still want to play, man. You know what I mean? I still want to play while I'm home. So, man, I was like, man, let's go ahead and get this Go to League Summer League started. I didn't anticipate the outcome and the success of it in that first season that it had, man. But man, all the talent that was in there, bro, is something that made me feel like, oh man, it's something that I can continue to do. You know, as long as I can continue to do this, man. As long as people buy into it and they want to continue to play, and man, it's a dope thing, bro. So I'm happy. I mean, I ain't gonna say I'm happy COVID hit, but I'm happy that I was able to sit down long enough to stop thinking stuff in my head like, man, that'd be dope if I do that. You know, put it into writing, start envisioning it, man, because I would have still been probably, you know, back and forth doing what I do, man. It wouldn't have time to do something because I got it going for the city. I wanted to bring the hoops back, the energy back to Hinesville like it used to be, man. And that's something that when I sat down and wrote it down, I'm like, man, if I can get the energy back in Hinesville and get people excited, everybody been sitting still, sitting around. Now they can come out and watch some good basketball from some of your local favorites, local legends, man. It's just a dope thing to get going. So I'm proud that it took off the way it did, man. We starting back up next weekend, man, June 4th.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to catch a couple of games. I was gonna contact you because I wanted to see if I could ref.
Oh yeah.
I just need to get in shape, man. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You know, that one year I came out there trying to play with y'all and Schumann, but I'm just trying to get in shape, man. But that's all. That's if you need somebody. You know what I'm saying? I just throw that out there. But something else I want to throw out there to you is you might want to holler at the basketball coach at Long County because they have a gym out there that they ain't even really using.
I heard about that too,
you know what I'm saying? The old middle school gym.
Yeah.
But me and my son go in there and work out. You know what I'm saying? They not doing anything with it. You know, shouts out to Coach Wilkes. But he will probably be able to, if you talk to him about it, if they can get some concession or something going, they'll probably allow you to.
Yeah, that'd be dope. I'll be able to get more teams for sure that way. Because, I mean, I just found out that if you got one court, which is how it is at Faith, you only allow 8 teams. That's the max. So that's why it's 8 teams in the summer league because I can't get no more. And so if I can get another gym like that, man, we could take off even more, man. Get more teams going.
Oh, okay. So when they came up with that, because I know when they...
I don't know, bro. I don't know. They told me, they're like, man, you can't, it's a max 8 teams. And I'm like, I ain't never heard of that. But then again...
Who governs that, though, is what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, somebody, I can't remember. The person who told me, man, probably was just talking at the time, man. I don't even know. But with me being a league owner for the first time, or starting the league, I'm like, all right, he ain't just saying that out of nowhere. Instead of me doing my own homework, I was ripping around and trying to get it started, man. So I was like, 18s then. So I don't even know if that's a fact, to be honest, bro. I don't even know, for real.
I don't know, but I mean, you know, it might be a stipulation of that when you talk about a men's league. They might be talking about recreational league.
Yeah, I ain't even
type rules or something.
I ain't even. When she said it, like I said, bro, I just was like, all right, 18 is cool. I ain't trying to get the league shut down or nothing.
Yeah, true that. So that's cool, man. So I mean, man, your league has featured some notable guys in the NBA.
For sure.
You know, I know, of course, hometown Jordan McRae played.
Yeah.
But then, you know, he had Iman Shumpert played in a game or something like that.
Nah, J-Mac was gonna try to get him.
Oh, okay. He wasn't able to make it.
I mean, Matt came through and showed love, man. That was dope, man. He came through and he called me. He decided, you know, I'm gonna pay for the first 40 or 50 people, you know, just to pat the gym out, and that was dope, man. That was dope for him to do that, man. He came through, probably had 40. You know, Mac, he gonna do what he do, man. So then he called me. He's like, look, I can probably get some of these guys to come in. They always on board. Yeah. So they was gonna do it. We was gonna create like an all-star game where, you know, the best of each team was gonna play against, you know, the NBA guys. But whatever happened, time just didn't go, and it didn't happen. But it was in talks, man. Mac was gonna get it going, man. So that would have been super dope. That would have been dope.
That'd have been real dope, man.
Yeah,
real dope. But at the same time, you still got guys stopping through. Davion Mitchell, you know, Will. You know what I'm saying? The Richardson stopping through. You know, people just stopping through to support the league.
Yeah.
You know, they might not be playing, but the guys that are successful from this area right now, currently, are at least supporting it.
Yeah, man, I appreciate them just showing up to watch it, man. Because like I said, stuff like that, you know, from J-Mac showing love to Davion showing up, you know, Will Richardson, all them, man, that's dope, man. Because at the end of the day, it's a league that I got going. So they coming to watch basketball, but that's showing love for me, man. So I ain't got nothing but thank yous and respect to them boys, man. For my first season, they showed up like that and showed love, man. So that was dope, man.
Yeah. So that's a cool thing. That's a cool feature to have on your men's league in Little Wissy, Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? No one out there, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That community probably never, you know what I'm saying, had that going on. Now, do you still talk to JJ Frazier?
Yeah, that's my guy.
So has he ever played in it?
He played one game. He was on my team last season, but he was kind of in and out too, you know, with playing and stuff. So he played one game. Mm-hmm. He played one game.
But that's still cool that, you know, these guys, he coming back from what he doing.
Yeah, and showing love. Yeah, man.
Showed love,
dope,
got in the game, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. So that's cool. So him, J-Mac, them guys played in the game. You know, the other guys showed love. And even like this year, you got some notable guys.
Oh yeah.
That's playing in the league this year.
Yeah, man. This league this year, last season was filled with talent. But this season, bro, I think this season might be more talented as far as the names and the players go. Man, I feel like this season gonna be something special, man, as far as like just the entertainment of watching these games, man, because the rosters is fire, bro. Like everybody sent their rosters in. I'm just looking at the roster like, oh man. So it's exciting, bro. We starting up next week, and I feel like, you know, a kid on Christmas Eve, man. I'm ready to open my presents, bro. That's how it gave me that feel, man. So I'm excited about it, man.
Yeah,
I'm excited about it.
That was up. So I mean, you know, the league is starting next week. This is year 3?
Year 2, season 2.
Oh, this year 2?
Yeah, this season.
Oh yeah,
2.
just started last.
Yeah, that was the first season.
Why it seemed like it was? I don't know. It just seemed like it was like you had been here.
I've been doing my training, you know, before that.
Yeah, probably because probably was hearing the name.
Yeah, I've been doing my training before that, but that was season 1 last summer, man.
Season 1, dang, went out with a bang.
Yeah, for sure.
So what's the plans for the league, like far as the growth, man? Like,
man, honestly, man, I wanted to be, you know, because I did it, like I said, to bring the energy back to Hinesville, but at the same time, put a spotlight on man, we got something, you know, we got the talent down here, you know, for a long time, we got overlooked by the bigger cities, the Atlantas and stuff like that. Man, we got dudes, man, that can play down here, bro, like that can really get some good hoops in. So I wanted to bring the spotlight back to Hinesville, just be like, hey, look, man, y'all keep on riding by us. Y'all need to start making the stop and seeing what's going on, man. So my whole envision, like my ultimate goal for this is, man, get it as big as the AEBL out in Atlanta, the Ballers Lights out in the West, you know, those summer tournaments that's just so well known, man. So I feel like if Gold Elite can get to that, man, it's a no. You ain't gonna be able to overlook no guys from down here no more, man.
Yeah.
Because a lot of them, they just didn't have that nobody to be like, hey, bro, I got this crack in the door, man. Come on in. Like, so I'm saying, I feel like if I can create that throughout the summer league for guys that just ain't had that opportunity, man, come on, man. That's what it's all about, bro. That's what it's all about.
So where most of your teams, like, where they coming from? Are they coming from Savannah, Hinesville, Jessup?
We got a Savannah team this year. This I mean, it's just season 2, but we got a Savannah team. We got I think Jessup, I just talked with a guy this morning. I think Jessup gonna go ahead and put their team back in. And if I'm correct, man, Richmond Hill, they put a team in. If I'm correct, the other team, the rest of the teams is out of the Hinesville or somewhere around this area. I mean, not everybody on the team is from Hinesville, but the makeup of it is pretty much Hinesville. So, but that's another thing. If we can keep expanding, last year we didn't have a number of Richmond Hill and Jessup, you know, that was outside. Now we added Savannah on. Like next season, probably get a team from Jacksonville. You know, you never know, man. So I just wanted to keep building and growing, man, and see how far I can go.
Okay, so I mean, the sky's the limit with it. You really not putting any boundaries on the league at all. So I mean, like right now, how can someone get involved with the league? If they wanted to get a team, how can they contact you? Just so for the people that's watching, like, so they'll know.
I mean, you can Facebook, Instagram. You know, those really the main things I be on, man. What mostly everybody contact me on that don't have my number personally, and then, you know, from there you just, you know, we exchange numbers, and you want to get a team, and you send me a roster. And, you know, get it going like that, bro. So it's easy to contact me, man. It's just
Gold Elite on Facebook or JaQuez?
Either or. Either my regular personal page, my JaQuez Motley page, the Gold Elite page. Same with Facebook, my regular JaQuez Motley page or my Go to Elite page. That's where most people been getting. I mean, some people might text me through somebody that got my number. Well, let me give you his number, but that's rare. So, I mean, the easiest way to get in contact with me is those two outlets, Instagram and Facebook.
And you just recently started an AAU program, you told me.
Oh, yeah.
High school?
Yeah, 10th grade.
10th grade?
10th grade, because I started a House of Hoops training program from 8th to 12th grade. But it was just strictly training from 6 to 9 on Tuesday and Thursday. I have them come in, do study hall for an hour, then, get on the court, and I just train them. And I had some guys in there that I'm like, bro, they deserve to be on the platform, man. These kids is good. So I ain't do no tryout or nothing, bro. I just took the kids I was training, and I put it out there to a couple guys that I knew. They got some more kids in, man, and we went up. I got an AAU team started. We done went to 2 tournaments so far. So yeah, man. But I did that strictly off of watching these kids and training. Like, hold on, man. Bro, good. I got to get them out there, you know what I'm saying? So that's how it happened, man.
Yeah,
just like,
cool,
man, let me get it started.
Well, what most of the kids from? Do some of them go to that school, or they just kids that's from all the way around?
They from all around.
Hinesville. Working with you.
Hinesville, Jessup. I got some kids from Savannah that came through. I got 2 kids from Florida that's on the team. So they all around, man.
That's what's up,
they from
man.
all over, yeah.
Yeah, you getting that reach then.
Yeah, for sure, man. Which is dope, man. Because like I said, I ain't do no tryout. I ain't do no promoting or nothing. It's just, I just was like, man, I'm finna try. I'm just gonna throw it out there and see what goes on. And it's been a good turnout. Like Atlanta, we went out there a little short-handed. That was a wake-up call for us. You know how that go, but we went out to Gatlinburg, Tennessee, man, and one of the kids ended up getting the write-up. So that's what it's all about for me, man. If I can get these kids, when I see them training, like, because I got an eye for talent. I don't know how I developed it, man, but I got a real good eye for talent. So that's one of the kids, when I seen him in training, like, man, that dude here, man, if he getting on that platform, he gonna make a name for himself. And he went out and did it. You know what I'm saying? So, and there's other kids on my team that's capable of doing that. So I'm like, man, just getting these kids out here in the right tournaments, the right platform, man, giving them an opportunity to get their name out there, man. That's something that if I can be the outlet for that, bro, that's dope to me, man. That's dope.
Yeah, that is real dope, man. Do you plan on like taking it to the Adidas, Under Armour, Nike level?
Sure. I mean, if that opportunity presents itself, for sure, man, I'm gonna do that. But I know, this go around with me not doing no trials, no promoting. I had to get it, out the mud for these kids, man. But I mean, definitely, we can get that opportunity. But that usually comes from, the kids play. Yeah,
you gotta have a tough kid that they want to recruit.
Yeah, that's usually how that goes. I mean, you can hit them up and reach out to them, and they might come check you out. But it's so many kids and so many teams probably doing the same thing, man. It's kind of like all that stuff is kind of hand in hand, man. As far as recruiting and all that, it all falls into the same thing, man. They gonna go for who they want, man. So
one thing I found out, because I actually, my son was getting recruited, but we wasn't at that level that, one of those platforms was gonna come for our team. Yeah. But I felt like the kids, if they could be seen, let's get it out there. Yeah. I paid my way in. I bought my way in. I didn't have that, luxury. But I knew I had talent. And, those kids got seen, and some of them went to college, some of them did.
That's dope, man.
But what I was going to tell you is, there's a few things I learned with that. And if you have the ability to sponsor yourself, you can get in them tournaments.
Oh, for sure, man.
Yeah, like if you just come as a sponsor team, period. Yeah. You can get in. And I was like, dang, man, if I wasn't on that.
Yeah, right. That's news to me, you know what I'm saying?
I found that out when I was there because I was meeting people like it was a team out of Jacksonville Magic. He was not an Adidas team. He wasn't an Under Armour team. And every tournament I went to, I was seeing this man. And I was like, man, you Adidas, you Under Armour, because it was like I was at an Adidas tournament and I had already seen him. I played against him, coached against him when I was with Scott's All Star. Then me and Darryl West had our own team, Red Storm Elite. I did the boys, he did the girls, and when I took the boys to a level I wanted them to be at, and I was just talking to him at a tournament, and he was like, man, I sponsor this team. I said, I ain't sponsored by nobody in here.
That's dope, bro.
He said, man, I work for the Marines, designing them ships. I make enough money. I sponsor my. I said, they let you in like that? He said, man, as long as you got your own money, you can get in here. I said,
that makes sense. I mean, I didn't even know that myself. Bro.
I didn't know that, man. He told me. So that's a gem I'm dropping on you.
Yeah, for sure.
You know
man.
what I'm saying? That's a gem I'm dropping on you. You know what I'm saying? Because people always ask me, man, are you going to get back in it? And I was like, man, I really know how to get back in it. I can get back in it if I want to. And I want to, but I'm just doing so much stuff right now.
Yeah,
but, you know, since to a guy like yourself is doing what you're doing, you know what I'm saying? Just, you know what I'm saying? If you had the ability to do it, just see where it take you.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
I definitely do. I mean, that's news to me. That's something I'm looking to for sure now, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because when the guy told me that, I was like, wow. But I'm at the Adidas tournaments, and I didn't pay my way in, and he at the Adidas tournament.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, what? That's why it made me ask him. I was like, man, I didn't know you was Adidas. He's like, I'm not. I said, oh, you Under Armour? He said, nah, because it was Under Armour team there.
Yeah,
like, nah.
he just.
I said, oh, so you mess with something? You mess with Nike? He's like, nah, man.
Just did what he had to
do. I was like, wow, okay. That's a bet. So you don't really need them like that to get your team around like that. You just got to be down as a sponsor team. Like nobody on your team pays to play.
Uh-huh.
That type of deal. Like,
okay. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You have to have the ability to do that, and then you can work towards, like if you have your LLC and stuff going on with that, and you can have your, your 501Cs and stuff like that, then they will actually, those people can actually offer money to you.
Okay.
To be able to sponsor your team. You know what I'm saying? Because you got your stuff in order. That's the stuff that was taught to me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? From the Adidas rep. She taught me that. But he taught me that I could have came in with my own money and didn't even have to pay her.
Yeah, couldn't have made it happen.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was like, wow, that's crazy. So I just like to drop them little gems on people that's coaching and stuff like that, because didn't nobody tell me that. I earned that one. Yeah. I paid for that one. You know what I'm saying? I earned that one, man. Took a lot of losses, a lot of beat downs, and came and beat some people. And then those people shared stuff with me. You know what I'm saying? Because I actually, and some of my kids will tell you, if you knew like Terry Smith, and I don't know if you knew little Terry, he played for Long County. We went to Augusta and ran into We All Can Go.
Mm-hmm.
And he was the one that told me, just beat somebody good. He said, if somebody's real good, don't let your team be afraid of them. He said, go out there and whoop them. He said, if you can whoop them, he said, that's when everything will fall in place for you. You got to keep winning.
Eye opener, man.
Yeah, it's an eye opener. Yeah. So he the one who told me that. He's like, man, you got to win. You got to beat some of the best. You just got to. He said, if you win, you win.
See, that's what I told my kids. Like, look, we ain't going to no tournaments to where, y'all gonna just run through stuff. We going to where they at. So all y'all gotta do is just perform, man. And I'm telling you, it's gonna open doors for you. And they went out to Tennessee and did that, man.
Yeah, so. they got to, man. Because I mean, we went up. We seen Tiger Campbell, Marvin Bagley. What's the other kid name? Damon Harmon.
Yeah, so
all of them came in.
Y'all was out there with the hitters.
Yeah, man. And the kids was at because it's a Peach Jam, but we're at the miniature Peach Jam tournament, and you got all the CP3 teams, but it's their off-brand type teams. Not off-brand, but like they teams that didn't make it.
Like the B team.
Yeah, they teams that didn't make it. So all of them teams in there, and they just came in to watch the 8th grade team. And like I said, Damon Harmon and Marvin Bagley and Tiger Campbell. I'm sitting down, and the man came sit right beside Marvin Bagley, and was asking me about the game. I don't even know who I'm talking to.
Yeah.
Until Terry said, "Hey man, ain't you Marvin Bagley?" And I'm like, "Whoa." And Tiger Campbell was standing right there. I'm just talking, looking at the kids. I'm trying to be focused, and I'm like, "What?" So that's what made me go talk to the coach. And I contribute, like going to good tournaments, to me meeting people who was able to put me on game, because Game Elite. The guy who runs Game Elite actually put me on game to how to do things. Yeah. And then just in a short conversation, and then he introduced me to who I needed to talk to.
That's dope.
And I was like, because I'm sitting there like, man, I need to know. He was like reluctant to tell me, but then he was like, man, you know what? You seem like you kind of about your business, man. I'm gonna show you who you need to talk to.
That's dope. You just in the right spot, seeing the right people,
running
your
mouth.
Yeah, man.
The right way. Sometimes it just take running your mouth and being in people's face and know stuff. because they don't want to really give you the game, but somewhere along the line you're gonna meet somebody that's gonna be like, man, I'll get this dude the game.
Yeah.
He probably ain't no threat to me. So I give him the game
Even
right
if
quick.
it's like that, as long as he give it to you.
And I'm telling you, ever since then, I would see Coach Rico, who coached for the Celtics. Rico, I can't Hammond. I can't remember his last name. But whenever I played against him, and I don't know why, you know what I'm saying. Whenever I coached against him, and I think it was because we played really well against one of his teams. Mm-hmm. And he came out, he pressed us, and we played well against that press. So it was like the next time I seen him, because he was like beating me by 30.
Yeah.
And was still pressing. He was still
Some
pressing.
teams like that,
he was still pressing, and the referee was like, man, why are you complaining about calls? You pressing up 30. Like, you pressing this man. I had 6 players. And one of them was hurt. Man. And he was pressing. I'm like, what in the world? So when I seen him again in Adidas, he pressed off the jump. Yeah. He wasted no time. He pressed off the jump. And, you know, of course, second half, he had the number 1 player in Georgia on his team. I forgot the kid's name. But he ended up going to Oklahoma State. I forgot the kid. They played for Buford.
Okay.
He killed us. There was nothing we could do with him. He a baby LeBron. Yeah. You know, 6'6", 200-something pounds.
Some of them kids is that's good out there, man.
Yeah, he's slamming all on us and stuff, man. They just wore us down, and they beat us by about 28-30 again. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, that experience just let me know, like, when you got all of that talent, you got to kill teams, and that's just like how they go with it.
Yeah.
They got to kill you because it's like our reputation on the line. Because I was wondering why he was so mad. I was like, man, why this dude so mad, man? Like, he was like, he mad at me.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But it's the fact that you challenging what he got going on, and they got so you know, just you know, let your kids know that when they get out there, man, you playing against the best, but don't let that bother you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Don't let that bother you. Go ahead and try to kill them. They trying to kill you. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. That's what it is, man.
See, I think in Atlanta, that's what happened with him. We had that shock value of because I put him. That was the first tournament ever. You know what I mean? And we only went down there with like 7 kids. Mm-hmm. And the shock value of seeing Dennis Scott had a team.
Yeah.
So, and we on court 3, they on court 4. So I'm catching my players. We playing this way.
They watch.
I'm like, man, hey, focus in. So it was a shot. Like, we went down there and then we got beat down all 4 games pretty good. So in Tennessee, I think we ended up winning our last game in double overtime, but we lost by 3 to 2 games previous. So we went down there and played good enough to where even though we lost, people was, hey man, we out front when we come back in. I said, that's what it's about, man. Hey, Atlanta people was probably laughing at us walking around the gym. I said, but now, man, look, people want to know who y'all are. Yeah. You know, they said that's what it's about, man.
That's how quickly it changes.
Yeah,
man.
for sure.
How quickly it changes, man. Love that AAU ball. I want to get back to it. We'll see. We'll see, man. So, I mean, let the audience know before we go. Matter of fact, Tone, you got any questions?
So you're from Hinesville. Mm-hmm. It's not a metropolis at all. You know, it's a small town or whatever. What are the most interesting things you've learned or experienced through basketball? What has basketball, you know, brought your way that you can impart on our young people? You know,
man,
you've been all over the world, playing.
Yeah.
What's the most interesting thing you can tell us about your experiences?
For me, man, I think basketball, man, it kind of helps. It goes hand in hand with, you know, learning life lessons, man, like adversity. You know, going through stuff and learning how to fight through it, you know, overcoming it. That's stuff that happened in everyday life, man. It is as I got older playing and going through my ups and downs, because you're going to go through them as long as, that's with anything, but as long as you play this game, man, you're going to have your ups and downs. But just, man, after you overcome that and the energy, the feel that you have after that, man, that goes hand in hand with things in life, man, with people going through whatever they're going through. So that's my biggest thing I took out of it, like, man, I've been... For a long time until it became an actual job for me on a professional level, man, I did it all for the love, you know what I'm saying? Just I love to do it. But just to get, as I kept playing, to see that it ties into everyday life, man. So I tell people all the time, if you're going to play this game, take it serious, because it ain't just a game, you know what I'm saying? It's stuff that you can take from any coach or any practice or any move you learn, anything, and tie it into any situation in life, man. So I just think for all the young guys, man, if you're going to play this game, take it serious. Because if you take it serious, not only can it take you far, it build relationships that you'll never forget, man. I got friends, man, guys like Jordan McRae, man, guys like Ryan Brown, J.J. Frazier. These just guys that I met through basketball, and these some good dudes, man. Jordan Johnson, all these dudes is who I used to battle with, and I can call these guys after this interview. I can call, you know what I'm saying? So it builds that. So that's all to me. Just take it serious. You know, if you take it serious, it can take you far on the court and off the court, man.
So you went to 3 different schools after high school, playing basketball or whatever. You couldn't play in the first school. Were you able to gain your degree?
See, that's another thing. I could have got my degree when I was at Coker, man. Right after the basketball season, I probably did like 2 more months. But at that time, man, this just, you know, this, like I said, my way of making it ain't traditional. At that time, man, I needed to. Because that year I took off, it made me older, you know, and in the basketball world, the older you are, like I was saying, they'll go for a younger guy. So I was sitting there, it was like a Thursday morning, man. I was sitting in there, I was like, let me go up to the compliance or whatever. Like, I need to do online. So I switched to online, and that kind of put some more years on me graduating. So I made that decision, and then I just started trying to get overseas. So I didn't finish and get my degree, which is something that I'm going to definitely go back and get it. But I could have, you know what I'm saying, if I would have stuck through it. But just that time, that point in my life, man, I was like, bro, I need to figure this out now, man. Right. I need to figure this out now. So my route were definitely a way that I wouldn't recommend, bro. But, you know, everybody route different, man. So,
no doubt.
So I could have got it, though, for sure.
Right. Okay, that's what's up, man. But you were still able to pursue your dreams.
Yeah, for sure.
You're a professional basketball player. You know, a lot of people can't say that they achieved that.
For sure, man.
Yeah, but it's not many
who can.
It's not easy, man, at all. It's not many who can say that. There's a lot of kids striving, a lot of kids quitting.
Yeah.
You say you should take it serious. Do you think you took it serious as you should have?
Oh yeah. Now it's things I could have did
from high school.
Oh yeah. Because I mean, I kind of had a magnifying glass on me that kind of made me feel like. So I had a lot of different reasons why I went hard. Okay. I wanted to be the best. Once everybody knew me as the best, everybody that came to see me, I had to give them a reason to feel that way. So I kind of was forced to take it serious. Right. So I mean, it was never a time I played around with that basketball, man. Yeah. Anytime I had a chance to work out, I was telling you, man, Coach Jesse, my Uncle Jesse, man, he used to come get me. I didn't know how to shoot until my freshman, sophomore year. I couldn't shoot at all. I could do everything under the sun but shoot.
Right.
Man, that whole summer, man, he used to come get me at 5 a.m. We go work out, shoot. Go back at it in the afternoon. We did 2 or 3 days, every day that summer. And I came back with a jumper. Because at a young age, I was like, man, if everybody's saying I can't shoot and that's the only part of my game I need to fix, I'm going to fix it.
Right.
So I never play around with that basketball, man.
Made the game easier.
Yeah, so that's why when I tell kids take it serious, I can tell them with so much passion. Because I 100% know from personal experience, if you take it serious, man, your game going to evolve.
Right.
Your game going to evolve, man.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. So, I mean, we talked about pretty much, I mean, you had anything else on?
No.
Okay. We talked about pretty much everything, man, that you've done and are doing at this particular time, man. What is it that, you know what I'm saying, that you want people to know about JaQuez Motley, the man?
Man, I just want people to know that, man, I do everything I do, man, comes from a good space. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people that, for whatever reason, I mean, that's with anywhere, man. They may not like, that I'm doing training kids or whatever it is. Mm-hmm. But man, just to the people who don't know me, that's gonna see this, man. Just understand, man. I'm as real as they come, man. What you see is what you get with me. So having a conversation with me, it ain't gonna be, man, that dude seemed good on Monday, and then hear about something on that. That ain't the type of person. Everything I do come from a good space, man. And now where I'm at with it, man, it's all about giving back to the kids. So I know that they the future, man, and if they got somebody that can come and get them the right knowledge, man, steer them in the right direction, put them on the right path, man, ain't no telling, man. Yeah. No telling, man. Give them an outlet, something to do, stay out of trouble, man. So that's where I'm at right now in my life, man, is just having people understand who I am and what I do things for, bro.
Okay, that's what's up, man. Well, I appreciate you coming on the show, bro.
Appreciate you having me, man.
You know what I'm saying? Of course, you know what I'm saying, we want to stay updated. You know what I'm saying, with the league, with the AU team and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying, you as a person, period. You know what I'm saying, stay updated with you and your growth. You know what I'm saying, with everything that you're doing. You know what I'm saying, 'cause that's why we creating the platform, really, is to be able to, you know what I'm saying, touch the community, to let the community know what's going on, stuff like that. Because, you know, it's so much going on. Just like we was talking to Justin Frazier the other day, it's like, you don't really know what it is to do around here. You don't, you know what I'm saying, you may not know that it's a guy that's living with his family who had that dream of hooping and was like, dang, man, you know, I hooped here, I hooped there, and I really don't have time to really do that, but, man, I wish I had that to do here. And then he find you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's a beautiful thing for people to just have that joy in life, man, that you provide, man.
Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that.
Yeah, man. But we appreciate you as well, man, for stopping by, man.
No problem, man.
This is JaQuez Motley, owner of Gold Elite Men's and Gold Elite Men's AAU team, right?
Yes, sir.
Training, all of that, you know what I'm saying? Self-made man.
All that.
This is your host, Conrad, man, MicCheckM.I.A, man. Click and like and subscribe at the bottom. Always my boy Tone lurking in the background. And like I said, man, London B, she on vacation. She'll be back for the next one. And that's it, man. Leave us a comment at the bottom if it's something that you want to know, want me to ask Gold Elite Men's, I will. If it's something you think we need to do to improve the show, man, leave all that at the bottom, man. Click like and subscribe, man. And we'll see y'all next time. Peace.
Peace.
Appreciate that.
You, man.